Adam has arrived.
Hey, Maurice and Odie gonna take over like Zach and Cody. Black and Snerdy is the best podcast. Gonna boom like Wile E. Coyote. Gonna meet magic, they move like they hairy. Ain't talking about mental health, no, it's not scary. And notice she coming up with the astrology. Mo got a comic and that's the best policy. Maurice the goat, talking about animation cause you know. Odie she moving wavy like the boat. Watching some movies and she taking notes. Yeah, kick back, listen. Black and Snerdy have risen. Upload on a mission. 5 stars, never dissing. Black and Snerdy, ooh. Black and Snerdy, yeah. Black and Snerdy.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Black and Snerdy podcast, the only podcast where two black, sexy nerds get together and shoot the shit. I, of course, am Mo, aka Kid Licorish.
I'm Odie.
And together we are the aforementioned Nerds here on episode 125 of the Black and Snerdy podcast. For those of y'all who are just joining us for the first time, definitely like, share, and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up and everything like that. We appreciate all. Leave a comment. We appreciate all the feedback and messages and whatnot. Otherwise, how are you doing, Odie?
I'm all right. I'm kind of sick a little bit. If you can tell, I'm a little nasally right now.
Yes.
I just got back. It's been my homecoming.
It's been. Oh man, I don't.
You say that every time. Every time you say you need that as a drop, and every time.
But I do have. The worst part is I do have it.
You just don't keep. You need to keep it on the board.
Yeah.
Because it's more likely that I'm going to say it's been than braids or something.
True. And I actually don't even have it in one of my other folders. Yeah. Nope.
See,
but I do have braids.
You have I hate, and you have braids. You have 2 Kendrick Lamars, and you have 0 it's bins. And you have A minor. And certified. You have all of them there.
Yeah.
And 2 bad bitches. I mean, how many? This whole thing looks like it's Kendrick.
Well, yeah, that was, this whole thing was Kendrick drops. And one anime one. Oh, oops. Sorry.
Nani,
yeah. What?
Well, it was my homecoming, and it is our homecoming. Happy 100th homecoming to the illustrious Howard University. But yeah, I had a little bit of a whirlwind trip around the world a little bit.
Yeah, you were off jet setting.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that.
I mean, well, is it really jet setting if you fly commercial?
First of all, you don't know what I was flying.
Oh,
You
sorry.
don't know what I was flying.
I mean, all things considered.
Who knows? You don't know what I was doing. You don't know where I was sitting on that plane.
Fair enough. That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
And if it was on a jet, it's on a jet. Doesn't matter where you are on the jet, you're on a jet. Okay? They have air jets, they have air buses. Okay?
Okay.
They have air trains.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was, my cousin was getting married in Morocco. Mm-hmm. Congratulations to Onyekachi and Anayo for your beautiful, amazing, crazy rich Nigerians ass wedding in Morocco. And before Morocco, I went to Madrid. And that was lovely. I got to use my Espanol. And finally...
How'd that go?
It was great. I was speaking Spanish so much. I never get to use my minor. Like, even when I'm here, people always say, oh, you're in New York.
Hold on. Your minor is in Spanish?
Yes, I have literally said that to you so much.
This is the first time I've ever heard that.
The first time you've heard that. I've said that so many times.
And what's my minor?
Philosophy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't come up that often.
It came up enough. I know yours. Yeah. See how much some people pay attention.
Or just I have a bad memory. Like, it could just be that my memory is trash. And my brain is trash. That's probably it. Okay? I do not remember a lot of things. If my brain is a hard drive. It's not even 100 gigabytes. It's not even a terabyte worth of memory. Cause there's this lady at work that I see every day. I do not know her name. I want to say her name might be Kelly, or something. But it's been so long. It's almost been a year since I've been at my job that I can't ask what her name is anymore. I missed it when we first introduced ourselves. So now I'm just like, I never use her name. I'm just like, hey, you.
Quick question.
Yeah, I never say hey, you, because that'll give it away that you don't know their name.
Quick question. You know that black lady who's like the head of your department?
The head of my department? She's
like your manager's manager. She's like the big manager, the black lady.
Yeah, I know her.
Do you know her name?
Yeah.
Why do you know her name?
Because she's like, I send emails to her all the time.
But also she's an important person in your job.
Oh, yeah,
right?
there's that
important.
too.
So you remember her because she's important. So you do remember important things.
What is this that you're trying to prove?
I'm not proving that. That's the question.
You're trying to you've got me up here doing some sort of gotcha thing, and I don't think I.
Well,
like
you
this.
know what? If you were at homecoming this year,
I interact with her via email all the time.
If you were at homecoming this year, I want you to know, very seriously, I want you to take this to heart. Your mama looks like Trump. And she probably smells bad, and you're ugly. So
Is it for the people who went to homecoming?
Yeah.
Is this because you didn't get a chance to go to homecoming?
Maybe.
Are you salty?
A little bit.
You were under the weather.
I know, but still, it's still annoying. And Keith, I want to let you know you're on my list because we asked you so many times if you're going to homecoming. You kept saying, no. I look on your stories yesterday. Yeah. All of a sudden, you on campus.
To be fair, he did tell me that he was thinking about going down. But yeah, he did tell me that like this year it didn't seem like a lot of our friends were going to be there.
We said we were going to go a month ago, and he was like, I don't know. Would have made more of an effort if I knew more people were going. Anyway, next year when Kamala becomes president, homecoming will be even bigger than this year, even though it's our 100th. So I'm feeling more prepared to do that.
I do think that we should prepare. Like, I'm a big preparer for like the future activities and stuff. So I think if we are going to go to homecoming, we should probably prepare that now.
I mean, last year I put the hotel on hold until it was like, okay, we're not going to go. So I did that right after homecoming. So I'm fine.
Did you use Hotel Tonight?
No, I used Booking. Usually I use Booking because they don't make you pay, and you have you have up to 3 weeks to like cancel it before the event usually.
Gotcha. Yeah. Because like when I use Hotel Tonight, it's basically like you have to buy that hotel.
No.
So
usually for Booking, you could find the pre ones where it's like a pre thing, and then
I think it's specifically Hotel Tonight where it's like we discounted so much, but the gig is that you have to. The gag is that you have to get the hotel right now. Like you have to, if you want it at this price for this date and time, you have to get it right now. Like give us the money. Yeah, like pay up front.
That makes sense. Like usually, I think this hotel now is kind of like you're getting it in this last minute thing. So like, why would you should already kind of know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. But I am looking forward to homecoming next year. I think it should be fun.
Yeah, it should be fun.
It's the 101, which 101 Dalmatians. That's still a really good number.
Yes, it is. I think that's the only 101 that I can think of. 101 Dalmatians.
Same.
They really knew what they were doing when they made that movie.
They did.
Was it based on a children's book or was it like an original property?
I'm not sure. I don't know where Cruella de Vil came from.
Cruella de Vil. She's will. So wait, is her okay? So I didn't understand this. Did you watch the Cruella prequel?
Wicked or not Wicked? Cruella.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did.
You did, but she's the protagonist of that.
Yeah.
Does it explain why she like hates Dalmatians or something?
So the thing is,
Did Dalmatians kill her mom or something like that?
I feel like it wasn't as much of her not liking Dalmatians as much as they were trying to. She was pushing back against like the authorities. It kind of is not authorities, but like the powers that be. But I kind of think of Cruella the same way I think of, what was that movie that was like the prequel to was it Snow White with
Snow White and the Huntsman? No.
Where her rings get cut off and they were saying that was tantamount to being R-worded, graped.
What? Maleficent?
Mm-hmm. Maleficent.
Okay.
I think it was like a Maleficent situation where it was like she was just a talented designer and she had to like put on this persona, and that turned into this like, oh, she hates Dalmatians. But I think if they did a new 101 Dalmatians, I'm curious if they would make Cruella so like evil as what she was when we were little, or if it would just be like being like an anti-hero. And misunderstood.
Well, we already have both the animated version and the live action version where Glenn Close plays Cruella de Vil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, like, if we did a remake, like, I don't think. Oh God, I hope we're not there yet. But right. I don't think we're at the point where Disney is remaking remakes.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like they're going through and remaking. That's not that's a remake, but it's not a remake of a remake. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like doing like another live action version of another live action that was based on a cartoon.
Got it.
Or even if they remade it like a cartoon that was based on a live action that was based on the cartoon. Okay.
That's my phone's telling me to wind down.
Oh, okay then. Wind down.
Yes, but okay, now, so back to what we were saying. We are about homecoming. Mm-hmm. This is our 100th homecoming, and a little backstory, if you didn't know.
Sure.
The first Howard homecoming was in 1924, and it was Howard University versus Lincoln University. Lincoln University, I believe, is the first HBCU.
Is it?
I believe so. It's
okay.
either Lincoln or Cheney. Hold on. Lincoln is like a prominent HBCU because
where is it based in?
I think is it in Pennsylvania. Hold on. I will. Yeah, Pennsylvania. It's in Oxford, Pennsylvania. And it was founded in 1854. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I believe it is considered like the first one. Let me look that up. What is the first HBCU?
I was gonna actually look it up for you.
Oh,
but
thank you.
It's fine. You've already started.
HBCU. The first one is
Lincoln.
Says Lincoln here.
Okay,
where to go?
There we go. Fantastic.
No, wait, sorry. Where did I just see Lincoln? The first. Oh no, that was talking about.
While you're looking that up, do you have any more historical HBCU or Howard University facts for the 100th year anniversary of our homecoming?
Well, Zora Neale Hurston, who was a prolific writer. And also a documentarian and practitioner of hoodoo. She went to Howard and also founded the Hilltop newspaper, which I was the copy editor for and a writer for during my time at Howard.
Were you there when they did a story about me?
Really?
Yeah, there's a story about me doing stand-up.
Really? When did this happen?
It would have had to been 2010 or 11 because that's when I started. Mm-hmm. My friend Elise was on the Hilltop and she
got you.
got me pitched an article and got me in there.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, I would have been 2010, 2011. I would have been writing for them. I started. I was a writer from like 2008, 2011. I would like write stories, but then 2011, the 2011, 2012 year, I was copy editor.
Oh, okay.
The copy chief.
Okay.
So the first HBCU is Cheney, and it was established in 1837.
Oh, okay. But the first homecoming was against Lincoln.
Lincoln and Howard.
Okay.
And this year's theme for the homecoming was Yard of Fame, which...
Yard of Fame?
Yard of Fame. Because, when you're walking around that yard...
Yeah, that's
You never know who you're... I saw Carl Thomas performed at homecoming at Yardfest.
Really? Carl Thomas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you think that the kids appreciated that?
People were dancing.
Okay.
What
was he playing? Summer Rain?
Probably.
Whispers me to sleep and makes me up again. Sometimes I swear I hear you call my name and wash away the pain of summer rain. Yeah.
Wow.
What?
Black China accepts a marriage proposal from Derek Milano at Howard Homecoming.
Oh, okay. Who? I don't know who Derek Milano is.
I do not. But it's on Black Enterprise. So let me see if they have information here. It says that this week, while he was on stage, Derek Milano, who is a songwriter and music producer, surprised her with a marriage proposal. He was on stage to perform Mario's hit single "Let Me Love You," and she was next to him. And at the final lyric, he proposed. So that's very cute.
Yeah, that is very cute. Shout out to Black China getting proposed to.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
So one thing that I love about homecoming is that you can. There's so many people that come.
Yeah.
So many, and it's not even just Howard alumni or people who went to school or taught there. You have people from all over who come, especially because they know that Howard is like the fashion mecca, the fashion capital, like a fashion icon across all universities, but also HBCUs. Because
Howard is the Paris of fashion for HBCUs.
And all other schools. Because when I walk around other schools, I'm telling you, you're not seeing what you're seeing at Howard. So this is a little kind of throwback of Thursday. It's not super deep. It's not a Zora Neale Hurston type factoid. But I don't know if you remember this woman who's now a model. In 2017, Anok Ya, she was at homecoming and pictured in this black top and shorts, and everyone was like, oh my God, she is so beautiful. If you look at her, obviously, she's amazing. But this year, she actually showed up on campus again.
Oh my gosh! Oh, Eli! Oh my God! I know that's right.
Oh, hold on. Oh, bitch, you like
It is a spot for big names to show up. Howard's homecoming.
And I mean, it's definitely that's like a full circle moment. In 2017, I forgot what school she went to. She just went down to homecoming with her friends. Mm-hmm. Someone took a picture, a little camera photo of her. It went viral. Everyone was like, who's this girl? She's gorgeous. Da 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 da. Next thing you know, she signed. I think she walked on at the Howard Fashion Show this year, but she closed the fashion show this year, but from 2017 to now, she's been on runways. She's had so many different campaigns. The thing about Howard is whether you go there or not, just being there on campus can bless you.
It's the Howard rub. It's the Howard rub where, just being associated with Howard gives you a level of prestige.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then one of our Howard Bison, who is currently running for the highest office in the nation, Vice President Kamala Harris. She actually launched a new campaign video a few days before homecoming started. And I want to say that this is honestly like brilliant marketing. And we're going to watch this video, and I will, after we're done, let me know what pieces of pop culture you can pick from the video.
Okay, I think I understand the assignment.
Okay.
Hello, ladies. I'm Trey. It's good to be here.
What do you do and how much do you make?
I work in finance, making six figures.
How tall are you?
6'5"?
Do you have a plan to vote in November?
Nah, not my thing.
All right. Now,
So
there should be like two major things that I feel like you should be able to notice that are pop culture.
So that's the
trends.
balloon thing.
Okay.
The balloon dating thing. They're against the white void, so I don't know if it's John Oliver's Last Week Tonight.
No.
They seem to be in a white void. I don't know.
I'm gonna play it one more time.
Sure.
Just so that you can listen to it. Pay attention to the words he's saying.
Okay, so it has to do with words. Got you. Okay.
Hello, ladies. I'm Trey. It's good to be here.
What do you do and how much do you make?
I work in finance, making six figures.
How tall are you?
6'5"?
Do you have a plan to vote in November?
Nah, not my thing.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. What is the other thing?
What's
the other thing?
It's terrible. The other thing
I didn't realize it would be that quick. Anyhow.
is a few months ago, Paris Hilton put out one of those club dance songs, and the lyrics are, "I'm looking for a guy in finance, 6'5". 6 figures or whatever." So that's when he's saying all that, like, my name is Trey, whatever. I'm 6'5", I'm 6 figures, I work in finance. That's what he's talking about.
I would have never got that. I didn't know that Paris Hilton put out
But
music.
Well, she does sometimes.
Sometimes.
But I think that, to me, the reason why
That's
it was
a disgusting level of wealth.
But the reason why I think this was such a genius marketing campaign is because it's pushing together two different demographics. You have like the black demographic who that's like black young folks. We have been getting into these balloon popping videos. They're everywhere. They're all over across the diaspora. They're very funny. But then you have on the other side, on the different different side of the spectrum, you have Paris Hilton, which is a very white, poppy, gay song that has been taking over the house and pop charts.
Has it?
Yeah. The song's
Have
been
I
doing
heard
very
it?
well. I don't know if you've heard it. I've heard it.
Like out in the world.
But see, the thing about it is we're not going to that. If we're going to gay bars or queer bars, they're black and brown queer bars, so they're not really playing that because they're not playing house music. And we're not going to like white bars.
Sure.
Or white clubs.
The
where
closest
they'd be playing
playing to a gay bar that I've been to recently was when I went to Brandon's Saloon last weekend. Last weekend.
And that's the closest place you would have gone to have them play that.
Yeah.
But they had not. But I love that song. I think it's very funny. But
What's the song called again?
I don't know. All I know is I'm looking for a guy in finance, 6'5", 5'5", blue eyes or something. Finance song. The song is called "Man in Finance." Okay. So there we go.
Do you sometimes wish you had done a different major in college?
As in what? Like
just any other major?
Yes, but not something that was so far off from my actual major.
Okay, what would you have done?
If I could have go back, I would probably have like maybe a graphic design or like a computer design. Maybe
right.
like more like computer science.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. I would go back and be in the school of B. Like, I know that they had to wear those
The suits.
awful, uncomfortable suits
All year
all the
round.
fucking time. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But I understand the reasoning behind it. It's just
Well, yeah, they were preparing you for being the same way. Like, I mean, in the School of C, I don't know about for film majors, but for print journal,
we
for
did
journal,
not have a outfit
For
that
journalism
we had to wear.
majors,
Uniform.
we were very instructed about like how to dress, how to like talk, and all those things, just like to make ourselves the most like marketable across.
Yeah, we were instructed with how to.
Cause like, did you ever come?
Actually, I know that we were instructed on how to talk, and it's a communications. So
Yeah.
like that, we definitely were instructed on how to talk.
Did you ever go to the School of Communications career fair? And
Yes,
job
I
fair?
did. I think I did the first year.
Okay, so like, well, actually, I worked in the career development office, so I used to help Miss Dudley. Shout out to you, Carol Dudley. I saw a picture of her on campus this weekend, and she just looked as gorgeous as she ever does. Carol Dudley is Miss Dudley is like
Miss Dudley is amazing.
is Pharrell because she literally never ages.
Right? That's
Never ages.
so
She looks
true.
the same. When you look at pictures
She's got
of
them
her,
good ass jeans.
and she went to Howard, so you could see pictures of her when she was like in undergrad to now. Same.
Yeah.
It's copy and paste. Like, she doesn't look any different. But I used to help her with those, and when people would come in to the office, and of course she would be helping them with their resume.
Sure.
But also, like, if she saw a kid who would be just meandering around the School of C, and she'd be like, "Hey, did you sign up for the career fair?" And they were like, "What career fair?" She would literally like drag them into her office, and be like, "Where's your resume? Let me see it. We're signing you up right now."
I think
Here's
that
the
I was
things.
one of those people who was meandering because, like, other than HUFO, I didn't really have like a tribe of School of C people.
Yeah.
I mean, I had friends. I mean, shout out to JJ.
What about Gladys?
And Gladys. You
She
didn't
was
let
in
me
School
get
of C,
there.
right?
Yeah, she was in School of C too. You didn't let me get there.
Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, I had like a very small circle of School of C friends, but like they were more like my actual friends as opposed to just like my
Classmates.
subcategory friend of School of C. I don't have like friendships like that, you know what I mean? Like, so it was just like, me and JJ, we trying to be filmmakers, we're trying to be like we would help each other on each other's projects. He helped me, I helped him. Gladys helped me, I helped her. I think I did the editing.
What was Gladys' major?
What was it? I think it was communications as well.
But we were all communications majors. But what was the like? What she filmed?
What was the
'Cause
dissertation?
She wasn't journalism
I don't think it was journalism.
unless she did PR, maybe.
Because she was in my television.
So maybe she was like
class.
television production.
Maybe it was production. I think it might have been production of some kind.
But yeah. So I think that what were we talking about? It was Miss Dudley?
Yeah, Miss Dudley.
Oh yeah, the School B. So I think
Aging
that like
nicely. Oh, School of B.
if-
Oh yeah.
that's the closest thing I.
So
used
graphic
to get.
design. Graphic design is
Yeah.
what you would.
I think graphic design or some sort of computer science. Just so that I could be more like, I'm already a technical person, but I would like to be more technical.
Yeah, maybe a computer science.
Yeah.
I was thinking just straight up business, but like maybe a computer science just because like computers are the wave of the future.
Yeah, and I mean,
but
I really like computers, and I like working with computers. I like creating things. I'm annoyed that I can't, like,
I like diagnosing problems.
yeah, which is, I think those are a part of like
And troubleshooting.
tech things.
Yeah.
So even though like now, I mean, honestly, either one of us could work in tech in that way, because there are things like I was working in coding in most of my jobs that I've had, even though that wasn't like a main job of mine, but because like in the School of C, we'd be learning how to like code our WordPress blogs. to like update them. And even before that, I mean, like we all had MySpace and all these other
that's where I learned coding was through
like,
MySpace so that I could get that MP3 player, jukebox to play.
MP3 player, the little like avatar things that we would make. And I think because we already came into school with like a base knowledge of certain things.
Sure.
I don't think I really realized until I got into the workplace how the things that I thought were commonplace are not. Like, so from the time I graduated college to, excuse me, my most recent job, I would be doing things that were editorial, but also on the flip side, still had some sort of like technical piece to it.
Sure.
And those were things that I was like, oh, these are easy. Like, I'm not someone that I don't want to look at freaking a page of code and have to like go through each line. But I could if I had to.
Yeah,
like,
if you had to, you could.
Doing like basic like troubleshooting in that way of like, oh, it looks like this is me seeing a line
turning
break
a 0 into a 1
or something like
that.
Those are the things that I've been so used to doing, even from when I was like a little kid. Like I realized, you know, like I went to private school, and even though my private school, it wasn't like, you know, the Gossip Girl type of private school where it was like everybody had all this money. To me, it was like a pretty run-of-the-mill standard private school. But just knowing that, like, in 2nd and 3rd grade, I was taking computer class. I had computer class since 2nd grade.
Sure.
And that was like, Mavis Beacon teaches typing and word munchers and that. And then using Dreamweaver and like all these things to create things online. And then like middle school, we were like creating web pages and learning HTML. And even having that minor baseline, there are so many kids that I've learned our age or younger who like did not touch a computer until maybe they were in high school. And even then, they weren't really learning how to use a computer. And now, computer classes are actually, like, obsolete. Most kids are not, even though they have to use computers pretty much every day, they might have an iPad to use. Kids are not learning how to actually use the computers. They're not learning what's the background behind them. It's not until they get into college or whatever they're taking.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Unless you are in a district that is putting money behind that. That's why kids are so susceptible. Children and older folks, like the boomers, it's our parents, and like the people who are above us and the people who are below us are the ones who are most at risk to getting scammed online. Because the millennials, our generation, which is why like a lot of people call us the bridge generation, because we were both outside and doing all the things our parents used to do, but we were also learning how to use computers. We were being constantly like bombarded with all this like scare tactics of like stranger danger and everybody online's lying to you.
Sure.
But the people above and below us, they learned about the internet in completely different ways.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So that's why I think that like it's not to say that people in our age demographic, like millennials, are not
susceptible to
like that.
No, because I've been scammed.
I mean, we've all been
a number of times.
But like the thing is that I think that we have a little bit. Some of us have a little bit more like internet literacy than the generations before and after us. And I definitely feel like we need to bring back, you need to learn how to use computer in all of the ways.
We need to bring back Mavis Beacon and number
crunchers, word munchers, all of that. Bring that back. Instead of having these kids go online now and be looking up stuff, you need to be having them doing Mavis Beacon to learn how to type, because this typing like this, oh my god, that drives me crazy.
Well, like they don't like
they know how to do
they
this.
They know how to do
swipe,
this,
but they don't know how to actually. I could close my eyes and I could type on this thing without looking. I could be doing it.
I think I could probably do the same thing, because like I've been used to doing this from the computer classes.
I remember we used to have, like, you see how I have my little cover, my keyboard cover.
Yeah, I have my keyboard cover too.
We have a keyboard,
or the armrest, the wrist rest.
We had a keyboard cover that literally it covered. We didn't have any letters here, so you would have to by memory. And the only thing that we knew, I would always remember that the F and the J was there because it had little
Had
lines,
grooves,
like a little groove.
like indentations.
And that was it.
Okay.
Everything else, you had to remember it. And that's that way of being able to like type to someone and talk and do something else is very like it's a skill that is lost because either people are on their phones and they're just going like this, or they're just like they're freaking using a typewriter.
Right. I really want to know now I'm curious as to how much my nephew knows about typing or about computer literacy.
I don't think.
He's
if we gave,
trying to be
I
a
think
YouTuber,
if we gave,
or not a YouTuber, a Twitcher. So
if we gave the average adolescent a media or digital literacy pop quiz, a good amount would not do well.
Yeah.
Because
you think so?
I think that it's like because when we were little.
What about like your younger siblings? You think that like they would pass?
No.
Okay.
Not because by that point my youngest sibling is 11 years younger than me.
Sure.
By that point, like they were going to school and being given like iPads to use and stuff like that. So all the things that we had to use and learn about research, everything that we had to learn about like finding credible sources.
MLA style, APA style.
Right now, like Wikipedia is a source.
Yeah.
They don't even tell people don't use that anymore because even though like you can update it, of course, with real information, and some of it is accurate. But the fact that when we were in college, they acted like Wikipedia was
the devil.
Like if you ever don't look at it, don't read it. Like
Yeah.
And now with ChatGPT, it's even worse.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So it's just a lot of hand holding that has, what's the word?
Crippled?
No, I don't want to use the word crippled.
Oh, sorry. Hampered?
Yes. Hampered the growth and knowledge of folks because everything's just right there. And then half the time, they don't even realize when the thing that they're looking at is wrong. So it's an uphill battle, you know?
Yeah.
But how have you been? I was trying to figure out a good segue. That was it. How have you been? What's been going on?
I've been okay. I've just been okay. I mean, obviously, like, there's work stuff. There's other stuff. Like, I haven't really had, but you know what it is? I had a lot more downtime when you were gone. I didn't realize how much downtime I had, or even how little downtime I had, if I'm being honest. Because, like, even though you were out of the country, flapping your wings and soaring all over Madrid and Morocco, like, I still had like work that I brought home with me that I still had to do, which left me exhausted. It left me tired. It left me mentally drained. And again, not even getting into what I do for work, but it's ramping up. And like tomorrow we have team meetings. This is a team meeting week. Yeah. So like we have two of them tomorrow, one of them Wednesday. It's gonna be a meeting-filled week. Like I'm just trying to get to Thursday, where at the very least it'll just be a day of work. You know what I mean? Like as opposed to something special or not special, some sort of event. Yeah. You know. So I'm a little bit tired. I'm a little bit drained. I'm a little bit out of it. Not enough to not help out around, like as far as like the apartment is concerned. But yeah, I'm a little out of it. Yeah, it's so just a lot.
When that time period that I was gone, was there anything that you were doing did you feel like you were just kind of like stuck in place, or what was going on while I was away.
Oh, when you were away, it was mainly just focusing on work. It was just literally just getting up, going to work, doing that thing, and then coming back and basically sleeping. Like I must have low iron or a vitamin D deficiency. I would not be surprised if I'm a vitamin D deficiency because I'm in a office building all day. Because my energy is low. My energy was low this entire time. I think I even told you, like, I didn't even sleep in my bedroom. I slept mostly on the couch for the most part. Because, like, I would come in and I would just crash. Like, airy crash. Like, that's how deep into a slumber I was. Just like, all right, take off the clothes, get on the couch, and sleep, and have a cat nibble at my toes in the middle of the night because she decided that space is gonna be the space that she's gonna sleep, even though she sleeps on this chair sometimes. Like, I don't understand
She
why.
wants to sleep closest wherever the scent is of us most. Is where she wants to be the most.
Yeah,
So
well,
when we're laying there, then that's why she wants to come up and lay, because she wants to be near us.
all right. Well,
That's why she goes to, like, lay on your jacket or lay on the chair or, like, anything that's going to have our scents.
all right. Well, then I'm gonna start rubbing my butt on other objects to see if she lays there. Like not objects, but like arm rests. You know what I mean?
You're gonna be rubbing on the arm.
Yeah, I'm gonna be rubbing my butt on the arm
like
rest.
a bear in the freaking
yeah,
rivers.
just like Baloo in Bare Necessities. Like, ooh, just bare necessities, simple bare necessities. Rubbing my little butt on the chair. But yeah, that's how I am. That's how I've been doing. Let's talk about your trip.
My trips.
Yeah, your trips. Like you know, like we covered the homecoming thing. And we have only made mention that you were off in a plane, as I like to call, like just like always on a plane somewhere. But yeah, like how was your trip? Would you call it a vacation?
Yeah.
How was your vacation?
All I ever wanted. Vacation had to get away. Vacation wish you would never end. Oh yeah. Which is exactly how I felt.
Yeah. That is probably your theme song. If ever there was a theme song of what song does pop in my mind when I think of Odochi? Boom. It is Vacation. All I've ever wanted. Vacation. Have to get away.
Yeah. I mean,
Wish it would never end.
that sounds pretty
Accurate?
accurate to me.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, hold on.
Oh, and to answer your question, I did do a lot of takeout while you were gone.
I know.
Yeah, because that garbage can was filled, and I'm a creature of habit. If there's something that I like, then I will like that thing indefinitely for all time. And shout out to 8-Bit. If ever we wanted a sponsor, it would be 8-Bit. They have these the Final Boss burger with these. It's a smash burger with 3 patties. And the pickle and the sauce that they use on there is fantastic. I opened Sam's mind to 8-Bit.
Now that you opened his mind.
Yeah, because he was like, he came over last weekend and he was like, hey, like, do you want to order some food? I'm like, how about we order 8-Bit? We both got, well, did he get a burger? I think he just got like a double. And he got a double and he got a milkshake. We actually got the milkshakes wrong. Because he had the Rainbow Road and I had the Captain Crunch one. And I forgot which one mine was, so I gave him mine and I drank his. And it was halfway through, I was like,
These are not
the accurate ones. But now I like the rainbow.
What is in the rainbow one?
I think it's just like a hyper berry one. A hyper berry.
Hyper berry?
Like it has strawberry, cherry, and all of another berry.
Okay.
Yeah. Another berry. Yeah, and it's very delicious. So shout out to 8-Bit.
I like 8-Bit. I do wish, I don't know, sometimes the milkshake that I get is kind of like, it has too many cereals in it, and I could just taste the cereal. It's so chunky.
Well, you keep getting that one with the cereal in it.
I think all of them have cereal in them.
I don't think that rainbow one has cereal. I don't think the rainbow one has cereal.
Are you sure? Because I feel like they're...
You wanna
No.
order tonight?
Do you want to order 8-Bit tonight? Of course you do. You always want to order this one.
No, actually, I get paid Tuesday, so
that's why you want to order it.
no, I know. I'm saying I get paid Tuesday. That's probably why I should not order it. Oof. But yeah, but that's how I've been doing. And we are going to hear all about Odie's travels, Odie's vacation travels. I can't think of another word other than travels. Well, because you give me shit every time I say journey.
Oh, you say it a lot.
Expeditions.
My expeditions around the world.
Yeah.
All right. So I was first. I was in Madrid.
Yes.
So I have some photos here. Let me see. All of them are not properly uploading, but whatever. That's fine. So my first stop was in Madrid, which was dope. I went to the Prado. This is a picture of one of the in the Prado Museum. If you see the little directory thing with the floor plans, it has this picture of this black person in a painting, and my whole thing was I would like to go throughout old European museums, and I like to find the black people because the Moors conquered Europe for about 400 years, so it would not make any sense for you to go through a museum and not see some black people in the photos, or in the paintings. So when we went in there, on this floor plan, they have this prominent black person, this black man, on the photo, on the thing. So we're like, oh, we want to go see them. We're looking all around this museum. We can't find this picture. Finally, we find it, and it's this painting, but you have to zoom in so close just to find the black person.
And I assume that you can't actually physically get close to the painting.
We got as close. Well, you know that I like
they rope off the area or something like
you
that.
do get close to it, kind of. But you know how I like to go to museums and touch stuff. So that's what I was doing, but they were yelling at us about taking videos, so I stopped. But I took a picture of that. I'll see if I think I might have a closer up one, but that was pretty cool. This was a little cafe that I would go to get some little tasty treats. So it was called Bar El Paso, and the proprietor was Antonio, and he had lovely little cafes, little coffees, and treats that I would go there and get. It was right around the corner from my hotel. And then I'm trying to find, where is this? Okay. One of my favorite things that I found in Spain was this statue of the poet Federico Garcia Lorca. If you do not know him, he was a poet. I'm
looking at the
No, it's just the way you read it so close.
Yeah, I'm trying to read the sign.
It just says Madrid Federico Garcia Lorca.
Okay.
Now, fun fact about Odie, When I was in middle school at my school, Trinity Lutheran School, go Bulldogs, my Spanish teacher, Senora Howells, she was a great Spanish teacher. She was not Hispanic, I don't believe, but she had studied Spanish for a long time, traveled throughout the Hispaniola, both Spain and South and Central America. And so she was always looking for ways to get us more like engaged in the work. And she found at Hofstra University, they had a poetry contest. And for 2 years in a row, I did Federico Garcia Lorca's poems at this Spanish poetry contest. The first one I did Cordoba. And my second one, I did La Guitarra. And it's like one of those things where I did this in 7th and 8th grade, but I still remember some of the poem. I will give you a little snippet. Let's see, which one do I remember the most? I think Cordoba. Okay.
Center yourself.
Cordoba. Lejana y sola. Y aceitunas en mi alforja, aunque sepa los caminos. That's it.
And there's no way for me to know if this is actually true or if...
Go look it up. Go look it up.
It was called La Orca?
No, Cordoba.
Cordoba.
It was a poem about this guy who's on a journey, and I think he's like dying in the wilderness, and he says the sun and the moon to watch over him. It was a very depressing poem, but I did great. I got second place. So
what a fun act out that you just did for a depressing poem.
Hey, drama is in my bones. Okay, one of my favorite things. Well, we did two things that were really cool. Outside of just like sightseeing, we went to go to a Real Madrid soccer game. So if you don't know, obviously in Europe, soccer is like a huge thing.
Yes, of course.
And Real Madrid is one of the biggest soccer leagues in Europe. So we got tickets. We were very high up, but it was such a fun, exciting, exhilarating game. It was sad because at the end, one of the like star players who's like a veteran on the team, he hurt himself really badly. And it was like he and another player, I feel like he kicked and the other player like ran into him kind of at the same time. And he ended up, I think he like broke his ankle or something like that.
Oof.
But it was like the last, they had gone into overtime. This was the last half of the game. There was maybe 5 minutes left. They were initially going to play it out, but they just, after he got hurt, his team was frazzled, the other team was frazzled. And so they were just like, that's it. Like, it was obviously Real Madrid already had won. And so they just kind of let it play out. So but it was a really good game. Soccer is one of those things where seeing non-professional soccer live, I'm kind of like, meh. But seeing a professional soccer game is always very exciting to see people at like the height of their sport.
Sure.
Playing.
I mean, these are athletes are in peak condition. They're at the top of their field, and it's always interesting to see them play. Yeah.
And then there was the second favorite thing was we went to this club called Mapenda, and that was really cool. It's a Senegalese club in Morocco. There was actually so many Senegalese people. I was very surprised. Like, obviously, if you know anything about geography.
This is in Morocco or in Madrid?
In Madrid.
Yeah.
So Madrid and Morocco are so close. Like, Spain and Morocco, like the Rock of Gibraltar is literally, it's just like going from Manhattan to Long Island. Like, it's a ferry. You could take a ferry from Tarife in Spain down to Tangier in Morocco, and it's maybe like an hour or so, which is very interesting and also adds to the this transatlantic slave trade, why it was so easy to go back and forth, and also pre-colonization, the Moors going into Europe. There was a reason why it was so easy, because they were so close. So it was fun just going there and seeing just all these Black people from various parts of the diaspora just enjoying themselves in Spain. And then we went to another party afterwards. Went to an ATVs, as you love to say.
Yeah. And
it was very fun. I tried to take a video. I'm going to see if we could even see it. So
kinda.
It's very dark. It was a basement party in Madrid. We were like, well, we'll see what happens, YOLO, and we made it out alive. Which honestly, what else can you ask for besides making it out alive?
Sure.
We got some delicious kebabs afterwards, because of course, Europe, the after party food to me is like a doner kebab, some sort of shish kebab, some sort of falafel, like a wrap, because they're everywhere, because there's a lot of North African, Middle Eastern people.
Did they take cards or?
Yeah, they did. Majority of the places in Spain took cards.
Okay.
So that wasn't difficult. And then we went to this really cool store called Pantera, and it was created because there was a lot of... Oh, that was a video. I wanted the picture. So if you see on the shirts, it says El Racismo. One of the shirts says racism will die in Madrid. And you see that Black Power fist. And the store was created by Senegalese immigrants to Spain. And they had been selling their clothes out on in the marketplaces. There's a lot of people who sell stuff outside.
Sure.
And they were dealing with a lot of racism.
Sure.
And so after a lot of protests and people crowdfunding and stuff for them, they got this brick and mortar store, and it's in Lavapiés, which is an area which is very immigrant heavy. So you'll see a lot of Africans, Middle Eastern people, Southeast Asian people in that area, which was really interesting. One thing I'm really sad about is I did not try Indian food not one time while I was in Spain, and there were so many Indian and Bangladeshi places. Those I really wish that I would have tried. But the Pantera
Well, why
place,
didn't you, if you don't mind me asking? Was there just not enough time?
Just not enough time, and we were trying to try not traditional Spanish foods, but the African foods, the Spanish food, the trying to taste things that we wouldn't usually have. And Indian food is something that I've tried all over the world, and all over the world it's been delicious. But just trying to go out of our box. But we sat down and we talked to one of the workers at Pantera. I have a little video of it. Let's see if it will show.
And I need to practice here, but it's very difficult to practice here. Practice.
So he was talking about, I think he was talking about practicing, maybe he was practicing language. I don't remember. But either way, he was very cool.
Sure.
Then we went to this really delicious Moroccan. Oh, wait, there was one more picture.
Is that a picture of pictures?
Yeah, it was a video of
pictures.
In the store, they have all these pictures of different protests they've been doing, and so they've been in Madrid. They've been having their own form of Black Lives Matter protests.
Sure.
Because for whatever reason, racism. They're the immigrants, especially the immigrants coming from African countries, have been having a lot of difficulty getting their citizenship or their working papers, so that they could actually make a living while in this country. And so one part of the reason why they've been having so many protests is because they're like, we've come over here, we're working, we're doing all these things, and you keep trying to keep us out of being able to get, you know, the benefits that we would when we are doing all the things in this country. And the guy that we were speaking to was like, you know, if all the immigrants left Spain, there'd be so much of the industry would fall, whether it's the agriculture, the hospitality,
the tourism,
food service, because like Spain has former colonies across from Africa, the Americas, the island. So it's like you have all these people who are coming in, and then just people who are coming in from Africa because it's so close, and yet you're acting like they're coming in and doing anything to you outside of just coming and trying to make a living for themselves, which is honestly the immigrant story, especially the Black immigrant story around the world. So not very surprising. But it was very interesting to speak to him. And I would love to do like a series of speaking to Black people around the diaspora and how they interrogate their Blackness in different areas, because being Black, what it means in America is different than what it means in, you know, on the continent, different what it means in Europe, and the type of things you're facing, but like both that are different but also the same. Because I think that's like one thing that Black people can sometimes forget is how interconnected we are. And I think that would be really interesting. So we had some really delicious Moroccan food. And spoiler alert, the Moroccan food we had in Spain was so much better than the Moroccan food we had in Morocco, which was crazy. The only thing I can think of is perhaps one that like similar to Cuba, because you know Cuba has a lot of restrictions because they have all these embargoes on what they can get. So when you go there, a lot of the food will taste different than when you're eating it here. So I'm wondering if it's the same thing in Morocco, where like certain things are so expensive, but then when you come out of the country, you have all of the resources that you would need to be able to like create the foods in the like traditional ways. But it was just so much more like seasoned and like love and care being put into the food. But otherwise, like, Madrid was really fun. We had a great time. And then we went to Morocco, and we did some fun stuff there. We did ATVing. I rode a camel. This was the camel I rode. This big guy here.
What was its name? Did it have a name?
He didn't have a name, but I feel like he needed one because he was definitely super sassy. He was very feisty and was like, you know, don't get it messed up. I might be here on this little camel ride, but I'll fuck you up if I need to.
And it clearly likes to get its ass eaten.
Okay, that's the thing.
Look how lovingly the other one is resting on its ass. That's how you know.
That's how they sit.
That's how you know.
Oh my goodness.
It's a universal trait across all creatures.
Okay.
If you rest on somebody's butt, that means that
you like to get your butt eaten.
They like to get their butt eaten.
All right.
Yeah.
So at our at the place where we did a camel ride, they had like a whole Moroccan dinner for us. It was really good. It was actually the best food I had while I was in Morocco.
Sure.
And I took a little video recapping, or not a recap, asking the folks we were with how they liked it. How are you enjoying yourself?
Nice, but I'll tell you one thing. You ask me again. The answer is no.
There's no more quads? No more quads? No more quads? What about the camels?
What camel? No way.
What's wrong with the camels? It was nice.
Oh my God.
I was relaxing. It was, you know, it was comfortable. I was ready to take a nap.
No. I don't think you were.
All right, what was your favorite part for today?
The quad.
When the little school up. How'd you like the camels? I did not like the camels. Why didn't you like the? Why were you scared of the camels? I wasn't scared of the camels. I just don't like them. I don't know. I was hearing a lot of screaming while I was in the front of the pack. I was hearing a lot of screaming from some people. All right, how'd you like it? It was good. I only went on the quads. So. You didn't do the camel? No, I didn't do the camel. I had to walk around. There wasn't enough camels. There wasn't enough. But the quad. There was a little small baby one. That's what. All right. How'd you like it? It was cool. Good. Hey, newlyweds. How you feeling, though? Would you do the quads again? No, what about the camels? No camels for you? Are you sure? 10-year reunion, we can do it again. A little desert trip. All right.
That was after we were sitting down doing our little enjoyment.
What were the quads that y'all were talking
The
about?
little ATVs.
Oh, they call them quads?
Yeah, because they're like quads, ATVs, same thing.
Okay.
They're just driving. We were driving through the desert. I think I have a video of me on the camel.
Iberi Dynasty takes the desert. I think this is very comfortable. I would like to ride around. Imagine. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Camel riding was really fun, but I don't know if I would do it again.
What do you mean you don't know if you do it again?
Only because I wasn't.
You were giving those people so much shit for not liking the camel ride.
No, I liked the camel ride, but I didn't like how the camels were being treated. And I think this is the thing. Animal tourism is something that I feel weird about, because sometimes you can go somewhere like a sanctuary and it's fine. But then sometimes you go somewhere and the animals are kind of being like, I don't know. I just didn't like. I felt like they were all tied up really close to each other. They weren't. They were so. Some of them were screaming when folks were coming on them because they were like maybe too big or something. I don't know, but I didn't like it. I just, it felt like they were being kind of abused.
What does a camel screaming sound?
It was terrifying. I have a video of it. I'll show you. It was terrifying.
Yeah.
Their voices, like, they're so deep. So when they're screaming, like, if I was to hear that in the desert at night alone, like, I'd be horrified.
Sure.
It was not fun. That part, I did not like that. Outside of that, like, I loved the camels. They were fun. They would be, like, nibbling at you. It was very cute.
Screaming Camel might actually be the name of this
Camels.
episode.
And then I got serenaded at the hotel we were at, which, that's another thing. The hotel we were at was... I have to even still report them because there were so many shenanigans. But one nice part was me being serenaded by the guys in the lobby.
Now, is that really serenading if they're screaming your name at you?
I was serenaded.
I feel like serenading is more romantic and softer than them just yelling your name.
I like when people yell my
and
name.
doing their thing. Well, true.
So why not? Why not? But overall, I mean, I had a great time with my family and my friends. Shout out to you, Tamara and Geroniki, for coming to experience the Iberi Dynasty with me. I think I always am very heartened after I see my family. Like, I have such a big family, so like getting everyone together is such a big feat. Everyone that was there wasn't even the whole family.
Sure.
But just getting to see like so many of my cousins and my aunts and uncles, especially because this is the first big family event, like wedding since my auntie Meg died. And my cousin Onyekachi is my auntie Meg's daughter. So I think everyone, of course, both my family, my auntie Meg's friends, wanted to come out to support them, which was really beautiful. Because just getting that many people to come to another country, even if it's close, is always a big deal. And so I just really appreciated that. That was the best thing for me, is just being able to be with them. Because I think it's, when you have a big family, sometimes things can feel frustrating. You be annoyed, like just be like, this is too many people. But when you're all together, the way things kind of just flow, and it's like everybody has a point and a purpose, and the way that we all take care of each other, and it's just such a community. And I love that, and I miss it when we're not together, because it's like I have family across the world, and yet I see that I know more about my family that's across the world than my family that is here in America with me. And I think my dad and his siblings have been so intentional about crafting that relationship, because I think it would be very easy to have family like here and then in Europe and in Africa, and kind of nobody sees each other. But I feel like for my cousins and I, from growing up to now, we've at least seen each other like once every 3 or 4 years, whether it's them coming here, us going there. And it's just really a beautiful thing to be able to be a part of. And I feel very grateful to have such a large family where people like care about each other, and they are always just like, seeing my family in action is very interesting, and it's very beautiful. It's like everybody, it's like, you know what you're supposed to be doing. You jump into line. Everyone is just very proactive, and you don't have to ask someone for help or explain anything. It's just like, we're here and we are working to make sure that everyone is having a good time, everyone's safe, everyone is looking out for one another. And I wish my family in some ways could be an example of like what the outside world looks like. But it's very different being like with my family and then coming back into like the real world, and having to navigate the kind of ways that we interact with each other here, and not being able to be so just free and vulnerable. Because I feel like when I'm with my family, like I don't even think about like what's gonna happen next. I'm never worried. I'm just like, we're here and it's gonna be taken care of, and I'm gonna be taken care of, and that's one of my favorite things about my family. And so it's always just a beautiful time. So I had overall, my time with my family, great. The hotel, shitty, and had nothing to do with like, I think my cousins, they go to my cousins in the UK, they go to Morocco a lot, and I don't think it was anything about what they picked. I think that, like, unfortunately, there are some, colonial remnants in Morocco that have not seeped out of the community yet. So there are still some, like, stereotypes and biases that occur there, and it was very interesting seeing that happen in real time. But outside of that, outside of the shenanigans we experienced at the hotel, being with each other and being able to see my cousin get married, even with any ups and downs that were going on. Like, there was a huge rainstorm during her wedding that happened spontaneously. But even with that, like, everyone pulled together and was like, we're going to make sure that she's able to have the best wedding possible. And I hope that she felt everyone's love and care for her. And was able to enjoy the beauty of the day and the week that everyone had, even though she had to be wrangling all these people. Like, it's like wrangling kittens trying to get Nigerian aunties and uncles to do anything on time.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it was beautiful. And I can't wait until our next family gathering, which will probably...
You wanted to say family situation.
I was. But next, my cousin Leandra is supposed to be getting married next year. So we should see when that happens and like how everyone turns up in Germany. It's always interesting when you have all these Ebes coming together in another country, because it is, I feel like the people there are so completely thrown off by what's going on. And like watching when we were like, you know, doing the spray at because my aunt had her 60th birthday there as well, and watching the folks' eyes as the money was being thrown in the air was very interesting.
Sure.
But one last thing that I wanted to show, speaking of my auntie City's birthday, I have one of my younger cousins who goes by Ebes. I will not say his full name as that is his stage name. But it's one of my younger cousins, and he put out a song called No Stressin, and he performed it at my auntie's birthday party, and it was honestly one of the best parts of the evening.
What you say so, guess so, when I put me in the dress so, it's gonna be as that goes. CVS is on my neck, diamonds in the rough, never tell us shit I love. I got to love to my mind. I got to say on my grind. My 10 toes. I can't believe what you went through. You didn't mean what I said so. That's so. When I put me in a chest show. It's gonna be in a ghetto.
All right, that's it.
Just for those of you who are audio only, in the video, it looked like you went around the crowd to show exactly how many people were there, and that gave me an anxiety attack. That's so many people. That's so many fucking people.
It wasn't that many people.
What you consider not that many people is insane to me. It's like, oh, it's just a couple dozen, 50, 100 people. Like, and I'm just like, oh my God. Like, that crowd alone looked like it was 70 people in that crowd.
I mean, well, probably.
And I'm sure that wasn't even everybody that was there.
It
so, oh my God, that gave me a headache just thinking about all the fucking family that you have.
I have a big family.
Yeah,
it's a lot of us.
It's there. Yeah, it's just a lot.
I have my grandparents had 10, 11 kids. There's 9 remaining. All of them have between 2 and 6 kids.
And that's just on one side of the family.
And then from them now, their kids have most of the first cousins have like a good amount, like 50%, have at least one kid. So there's a lot of us. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of Ebes. You know, that's why they call it the Iberi dynasty. Because there's always going to be more. You know, but I'm super proud of my cousin Ebes for his great new song, No Stressin.
It does sound very cool. I will give it that.
Please look out for him to be the new Davido.
No Stressin.
New flavor, you know, new pheno. And hopefully we'll be hearing this song in the club, you know, because you want to know what, Maurice?
What?
In the club, we all fam.
That's a reference that I don't get.
In the club, we all fam.
Is that from Rap Shit?
In the club, we all fam.
Is that from Tyler Perry Anything?
In the club, we're all family. Are you racist?
How am I What are you talking about? I don't get the reference. Don't call me racist for not getting the reference.
That whole thing that I just said is from Broad City.
Oh, from can I be honest with you? I never finished Broad City. I never finished it. I was supposed to at one point. I think I watched two seasons.
We were rewatching it together for a little bit.
Were we rewatching it?
Yeah.
When?
This was probably during lockdown. We had started it, but then we stopped because it was getting too cringy.
Yeah. It is kind of a cringe watch.
When you're in your 20s and you're watching it, it feels different than when you're in your 30s and watching it.
It's what I imagine. Well, no, it's different. It's different than Girls.
Yeah, very different from Girls.
Yeah,
but it's just, you know.
But I mean, like, when I compare it to Girls, I compare it to like going back and rewatching it and finding it like elements of it cringe.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. Exactly. Well, that was it. That was all of my adventures. There was a lot of travel, a lot of good food, a lot of good wine, meeting a lot of cool people, and getting to spend time with my family, which is my favorite thing ever. So, 'twas all.
That's good. That's good to hear. It's good to hear that you had a good time, that you enjoyed yourself. And
no stressing.
No stressing. That's the takeaway from all of this. No stressing. Maybe that'll be a good title.
No stressing. No stressing. No stressing. No stressing. No stressing. Honestly, that's a song that needs to be for the rest of 2024 until the next year.
Well, a little bit
should be everybody's.
It should. Like I agree with the motto of no stressing. Unfortunately, I don't have the right to no stressing.
Well, I think that it's about like kind of just manifesting the life that you want. Because if you're saying like I'm not going to stress because I know everything is going to work out, no stressing. I'm going to do all the things I need to do to make sure it works out, but I'm not going to stress because I already know it's going to be taken care of.
Well.
And you put yourself in that mind frame, and it helps you move through your days, because it's just like, if you know that you got the juice, that you are who you are, and whatever comes your way, you're going to be able to defeat it, get over it, and be better. There's no need for you to stress, because why? You're blessed and highly favored, and you should always remember that, and you should live through that, and you should walk through that. And that way you will not be stressing yourself to the point of exhaustion and overwhelm, to the point where you cannot actually get to what you want to get to because you're so caught up here in your mind. When you release that stress, you say, it's all right. It's going to get done. All these things are going to get done. All the money I want, I got it. All the houses I want, I got it. All the things that I want, I got it. All these things, I got it. I don't need to stress about it. Because it's all going to come to me, and I'm all going to get it, and it's going to be fine. I think that's a new mentality we need to live through.
Okay. Well.
Of gratitude and graciousness, and knowing that you're blessed and highly favored.
Okay. Well, amen to that. I will give that a strong, solid amen.
All right.
Yes. And with that, I think that we're going to go in and wrap it up. So thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. We will be back next week with more of this podcast. Until then, take it easy, keep it sleazy. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the show. If you'd like to contact the podcast, you can reach us via email at blackandsnerdypodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at Black and Snerdy Podcast, as well as on Twitter at Black and Snerdy. You can find me, Maurice, on all social media under the handle Licorish is Legit. That's LICORISH is legit.
And you can find me on Instagram. It's that's OD THATSOD.E, and on Twitter, THATSOD_E. And don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe to us. Tune in next time to the Black and Snerdy Podcast, where nerds of a feather flock together.
Remember?
Bye.
Boy.
Not yet.
No, this is keeping it. We're keeping this in. Don't forget to take your meds and your subs and drink water. Bye.
Bye.
I actually want to keep that.